Greetings and regards to every individual watching us live at LSTV1. Welcome back to our face-to-face, again, yet another edition. With me today is a parliamentarian, of course, a renowned educationist, now joining the National Assembly. Honorable, welcome to LSTV face-to-face.
Thank you so much for inviting me to LSTV. I truly appreciate the invitation, and here I go with you.
Thank you. Honorable, tell us your name first and the constituency that you are representing as a National Assembly member.
I am Honorable Bakary K. Badjie. K actually stands for Keba, Bakary K. Badjie, and I am representing Foni Bintang constituency.
Honorable Bakary K. Badjie, of course. We want to have a series of questions with you. I don't know whether you are ready to answer.
I am very prepared, and
including
every type of
the white paper,
including the white paper and more.
For politics in this country, you went to primaries with a lot of individuals. Of course, popular among them is Badjie in the same constituency that you were vying for. You guys went to primaries on an independent ticket. How is it like going to a primaries on an independent? For us, we are thinking independent is self-sponsored, but like...
We are a party, we had a party, you understand.
Okay.
But then, due to one reason or another, we could not buy on a ticket because there were some people that came on and took up the party by themselves. And we believe that we can make a difference, and we are not onto what they believe in. So because of that, I went in for a primary with SADC, with NATO Coalition Alliance movement. So when definitely it was not a difficult primary, to be very honest with you, because the people have trust and confidence in me, and they believe that I am the agent of change that they have been yearning for throughout the ages. So I went in the primary with SADC, but then SADC was a brother to me, to be very honest with you, and then we are closely related. Only during the primary we know how related we are, but outside that, politics does not actually mean whether you are related by blood or whatever. It is looking for competency and the one who have the consequences at heart and the one who can carry out the change that the people are yearning for.
When you said like you were having a political party, but due to one reason or the other, you could not contest under that political party. Take us through what do we mean? Was APRC the political party that you wanted to contest, after which things doesn't go down well with some of you and you decided to go independent?
Executive at the time, those executive of the APRC, majority of them were in for a coalition with NPP. And we, the supporters of the APRC party, were not in for a coalition with NPP for reasons best known to us, and then we can see the reasons as to why we never accept that coalition with NPP.
Give us one key one.
The key one is that we have seen this NPP government failing time and again, and are not definitely taking us to the destiny that we want. So definitely we got to join a failed government.
We had you on an interview that if anybody sees you joining the president, may God took your soul, something like that. Did I quote you right?
Very well.
Do you still maintain that?
Yes, it was like 50% stated. Today it is 100% stated. That if anything or anybody see me joining NPP, defecting to NPP, let Allah take my soul.
That is honorable.
And reasons as to why. Let me go. We have seen time and again the Gambia is not situated as a nation. You understand? And we have seen inflation rising here and there. You understand? We have also witnessed corruption here and there all over the country. And the NPP government are not the type of government that we want for our problems to be solved. To be very honest with you. And I can't join such a system, and my people can't join such a system of governance. We are not a people that definitely believe in 100% democracy, because democracy is not taking us to where we want. I can tell you, 100 years ago, the Europeans were at where we are today. They were never democratic. They were never, go back to history and read, and then you will come to know. They were never democratic. Today they are developed and we are under development. They want us to practice the same system of governance with them. It will never work. And call as much as you want. democracy will never develop this country.
For you, you don't believe in democracy, or you did
I am not
full of democracy? You believe part of
I don't believe in part of democracy.
You don't just believe in democracy?
I don't believe in democracy as the best system of governance. No, as the best system of governance. And also, not only dictator to a certain extent, because most of the people that West, you see, we label our people that they are dictators because the West label them as dictators. You understand? In most cases. But if they are dictatorial to the interests of Africans, so be it. We move on as a nation. And we have seen Al-Colonel Gaddafi, but Al-Colonel Gaddafi definitely brought to this place, to Libya. You have seen Kwame Nkrumah, I don't know whether you know or not, but Kwame Nkrumah was labeled as a dictator, you understand? So
by the West.
By the West.
Yeah.
And also, whenever the West labeled you as a dictator, Africans also will adopt. So Africans tend to prefer anything that the West wants, you understand? Anything that is not practiced by the West Africans don't tend to understand. So even if you to think and to initiate, Africans will not understand, so long it's not practiced by the West.
I think this is one of the most interesting so far. I know you are an ocean of knowledge. We will be more than pleased to hear from you. We know you were not under official APRC. Of course, here most of the political parties sponsored their candidates. Where did you get your sponsorship, your financial support as independent? Where did you get it from?
As independent, APRC, no to coalition, we are a very strong body, you understand, and a very strong party, to be honest with you. We were like linking to our diaspora and other guys who definitely send us some amount of money. But to be very honest with you, the money was not sufficient to that extent. So what we did was like, we have to go back to our people because we know they have the love for themselves and they appreciate themselves. We asked each village to contribute certain amount and they did, you understand. The people have to raise funds by themselves and they also campaigned and they did everything that they could, wholeheartedly. I think one needs to be very grateful for that such effort indeed. So you can see the willingness of my people to put me into power.
Why do you think they trust you among the rest?
To be very honest, I don't lie.
Especially
I have to tell you the reality no matter what, you understand. And nowadays where the people are, they want you to tell them the reality. What I told them is like, Bakary came by, I will not tell you like I'm going to buy an aeroplane for you, neither am I going to construct roads for you, neither am I going to construct hospitals for you. No. You understand? But then I'll represent you well and I will defend your interests at the National Assembly. And with that, with those words, they have seen realities in it and they said, we are going to vote for you no matter what, regardless of the party that you belong to. And what actually happened is like, some of the students that experienced my time as the education minister of the Gambia College, we are calling their family members. We don't care which political party actually Bakary belongs to, but we definitely want to see him in and you must vote for him. They were even convincing their parents. And the students that I taught some time back were also convincing their parents, vote for Bakary, no matter what. We don't care which political party he belongs to.
That shows how perfectly you did your job as an education minister, your time at the Gambia College.
Things that annoyed me time and again. So, and we want to see a liberated country. We want the Gambia we want. And we don't want our people to be running here and there, evacuating from one place to another, and this border conflict. My people, some of them are residing between the borderlines, you understand. So this conflict constantly affects my people, and my people are greatly affected, you understand. And constant firing. These Senegalese soldiers that are stationed in Bia, constantly firing them at times when they are following these timbers and other related trucks. They will be firing in the vehicle, in those villages as they are chasing after them. They will constant firing in Foni. So this I promise them that it will come to an end, inshallah.
How will you do this? What are the channels that you will want to take?
We are going to apply any system that works just to get the Senegalese soldiers out.
Okay. APRC as a political party, which is the mother party of Noto Alliance, is divided. The main powerhouse of APRC and Noto Alliance is Foni. Right now, can we conclude that it is divided. What do you do as an MP?
The supporters are still the APRC supporters. You know, in every group you have certain individuals that are here and there talking. But to be very honest with you, we are a people that do not only exist in Foni, we exist all over the country. And with the passage of time, they will come to know the reality that this NPP government is not taking us to the promised land. So once they come to know of this reality, we don't even need to go in for reconciliation whatsoever. They will just come back, we continue, we are families, we are brothers and sisters, we belong to the same nation, we belong to the same party, and in the long run, people will come to know that APRC is the solution to our problem. And we have ever been solution to the problem. We are not ashamed of our history, and we are not ashamed of our stand, and we are a people that have developed this country better than any government that you may ever think.
For the past 22 years?
For the past 22 years.
We will come to that. And every political party do go to Congress for 2 years or stipulated time. APRC will be going for a Congress. And of course, the registered APRC is APRC. So no to alliance. What will be your stand? Are you going to Congress with the official APRC, or you are going to form your own separate political party?
That we will allow the time to decide that.
But you will not want to deal with all those things.
No.
But then
I'll be very honest with you.
Average Gambians are expecting.
Yeah.
APRC no to alliance will go to Congress with official APRC and take the mantle of leadership from them.
Time will decide.
Okay, Honorable. The former president ruled this country for 22 years.
With perfection.
Well, a commission called the TRRC. The TRRC have revealed a lot of heinous crimes according to them, and of course they issued recommendations. What do you say to the TRRC settings and their recommendations?
According to their propaganda on how they base it, you understand?
Whose propaganda?
The TRRC and its propaganda, the ruling government and their propaganda. Understand? The supporters of TRRC and their propaganda. Some of the witnesses of TRRC and their propaganda, you see? So, in the TRRC, to liberate yourself and to be praised by Gambians, you just have to come and blame Jammeh for everything. You understand? You just have to come and blame Jammeh. So that Ensafal will hail you, Ensafal will praise you as a hero, you understand? For you to have such praise, you must be blaming Jammeh in every step that you have to take. You understand? You must blame Jammeh for everything. The people like Mbalo Kante that we have brought to the TRRC who killed the innocent Gambian soldiers at this place, Farafenye. Those people coming to the TRRC and demonstrating how they kill people. It's unacceptable. Such kind of TRRC, I can't imagine that I waste my time to listen to such a thing. So their recommendation is just their recommendation. But come, what is going to happen at the end? Nothing.
Oh, you made TRRC is propaganda. What makes you believe? Why do you say it's propaganda? Because this is a state-established commission. Why do you think it's just a propaganda?
Because some of the things they were saying, they have no factual, you understand? There is no empirical evidence to those things. Some of the people, they will just come. You have what the TRRC and its proceeding. The only time you'll be free from Ensafal is like when you blame Jammeh and say, Jammeh did this, Jammeh did that, Jammeh did this. And if you don't want to blame Jammeh, Ensafal will put more pressure on you until and unless you blame Jammeh, and then you will be relieved and you will be at ease and at rest.
What is your overview of what Ensafal was?
Very biased because he wanted the position of presidency.
At the time when he
was even the council at the TRRC. He had foreseen this vision that let me try this so that I become the president of the republic. He never knew that Gambians are never fools.
But overall, the TRRC make a recommendation, not only issues that are affecting Jammeh, but issues that are affecting his government as a whole. Now, do you want to denounce? Do you don't you want to accept the recommendation of TRRC in any way?
I not accept, and I will never accept.
Okay, that's interesting. Quite interesting.
Okay.
Now, TRRC gave recommendations, almost to 256 different recommendations, and the government of the Gambia have accepted all those recommendations except 2, and that is to say, they are going to act as dictated by the TRRC, including the prosecution of Yam.
Inform Madam that whatever goes around comes around.
Okay.
For Jammeh, it's safe, inshallah. You understand? I am just thinking in this dimension. The people like I said in this city,
Okay.
who have served this country wholeheartedly. You understand? He was not a tribalist. She was not a tribalist. She was representing the interest of the nation at all costs. So you want to prosecute that kind of lady, that dignified and respected lady. It's so sad for a nation. I don't think that should be the way we measure our leaders, and the end result of our leaders should be disgrace. No. They played their part and it was well played. So we need to respect them and we need to unite a nation. Not at times you say, I am anti this, I am anti that. No, think of what is going to develop the country. Is prosecuting them, is that going to develop the country? What kind of will you gain from it? We need to think as a nation. So the ICC most of the time is set for African and their president. So this is why the Pan-Africans are always with the view that Africa should definitely defend their leaders. And go to section 69, subsection 3 of the Gambia Constitution, clearly states that any president that actually leaves office should not be tried by any court of law. You understand? So, bringing up TRRC and propaganda, open propaganda, and wanting to kill our own people or prosecute them.
So don't you think that clause of the Constitution will take some leaders to do issues that those in favor of their citizens, that is to abuse office, you know, to abuse their incumbency and the like, because they would feel like if they are after office they won't be prosecuted. Don't you believe that?
The president alone has no powers to do whatever he feels like, you understand? And that section of the Constitution is definitely reflecting to what happened to other countries in the world. So much so, you see European presidents or American, their president, whenever they leave office, they are safe. You understand?
Yeah.
Why can't the same thing happen to Africans?
So I think
yes, we should think as a continent.
In fact, some of the Western countries doesn't subscribe to the ICC.
Very well. So this ICC
within their sub-regions or their countries, and in fact,
so this ICC is only for the performing African presidents who have performed to perfection and who are excellent in their dealing, who are anti-West, anti-corruption, anti-nepotism. So the West, they want a puppet in every African country. So if they have a puppet, they would praise and hail it and say, this, they are democratic. This guy is a democratic. You look at the likes of Robert Mugabe. I am a supporter of Robert Mugabe. You understand? 1000%. I am a supporter of Paul Kagame. And they are trying to label Paul Kagame as a dictator with the passage of time.
In fact, they have
you see?
You see people that he killed.
So you must be a puppet of the West for you to be praised by the West. And you must be a puppet of the West for you to be labeled as a democratic. Okay. So we are not a supporter of such a thing. And we will never support such a thing.
Coming down to our country. Now, here you are a National Assembly member. Coming home of Jammeh. Now Gambia have issued a white paper that that Jammeh will be prosecuted. And most of you, the MPs that were contesting in Foni, in fact, there is one MP who was shown in the Standard newspaper that if he is voted in office, he will pass a bill to bring back Jammeh. Homecoming of Jammeh, how is it in you? What does that mean to you as a National Assembly member?
The coming home of Jammeh is something that is very important and sensitive.
Okay.
You see, Badjie is our Badjie. And for him, we are ready to lay our blood and our life for. You understand? And then Jammeh needs to be respected by all Gambians. treat him as a former president. So it means a lot to us. But then, and only then, when he decides to come, he will come. And nothing is going to stop that with the help of Allah.
As a National Assembly member, what will you do to ease his coming? Because you people have a voice. You people are at the lawmaking center. What do you think you will do to ease this process?
As I said, we will do whatever it takes. And those things I'm not going to measure in public, but then the time will tell.
Okay.
And the coming of Jam, nothing is going to stop that, inshallah. I firmly believe. Nothing is going to stop that, and nothing have the audacity to stop that. Because, as I said, we are not ashamed of our history. We are not ashamed of our performance. We are not ashamed of the contribution that we did. You understand? We are the best when it comes to governance, to be honest with you. And Jam is coming. Come what may, nothing is going to stop it. I firmly believe. When the day comes, you will know.
No to alliance. Do you speak to Jam?
Jam?
Yes.
That is between us.
I mean, do you constantly communicate to Jam?
I said that is between us. And why do you want to know that?
Yes, because maybe he might have influence on you people who to vote and who not to vote, what to do at the National Assembly.
Whatever he asks us to do, we are ready to do it.
You are subscribing to Jam?
Very well. I am a supporter of Jam.
And you don't have...
Not even 100%, 1000%.
Okay. Now you are a parliamentarian representing Foni Bintang. And recently we saw they voted you as the vice chairman of the education and ICT sector. As a former teacher, what are the of course the educationists and the teachers expecting from you?
They expect betterment from me. The teachers they have high hopes on me, and I can never let them down. You understand? The education system has been forgotten throughout centuries, you understand? Throughout the ages, they forgot about the education system. And how do you want to have that quality education in the absence of teachers? You understand? In the absence of incentives, in the absence of motivation, in the absence of encouragement. You see? So, the politicians, they say they want to have that quality education in the absence of good salaries for teachers, in the absence of good allowance for teachers. So, per se, they are not interested in developing the country, to be very honest. Because if you want to develop the country, you must look at the teachers first and consider them as the primary developers of this country. Because they said they want to develop this country in the absence of education. Neglecting teachers, meaning they want to develop the country in the absence of education. So the teachers should not be neglected at all costs. But throughout the 56 or 57 years, teachers have been.
You serve as education minister at the Gambia College. A lot of Gambia College students have hope on you. You are now at the parliamentary. A lot of teachers are having hope on you. With time, hope the brown envelope will not change you. With time, hope the air condition will not change you. With time, hope the noise around you will not change you to forget the education sector.
You must know who I am. I am not seeking by anything. Neither am I taken by any wind that comes and blow on my wind. I am just myself, steady in my own will, and I am not distracted by anything. Not wealth can move me, not fame can move me, not luxury can move me, and not the brand envelope. I told you about the brand envelope. Any day that the brand envelope moves me to NPP, I want to say it again. Let Allah take my soul. You understand? And the teachers, their welfare is my concern. And every day if I'm going, I used to feel very bad. You understand? The number of people that I'm seeing in the streets struggling to reach at their workplace, the traffic jam and its related issues. All these are burning issues, and all this affects my heart day in, day out. And I believe we have a solution to the problem of our teachers. To be very honest with you, the teachers of the Gambia, very honest, deserve better.
Still on the education, if you look at the national budget, teachers have more budget than any other ministry, but their staff cry loudest, and budget allocations is mainly done at your house. Teachers cry the loudest. I mean, not those people at the apex, that is the ministers and the town secretaries and the line, But coming down, you trickle down to the teachers, ordinary teachers, cry the loudest because of their take home. Now, as a parliamentarian, of course, as a former teacher, who you have believed and survived in this, tough times, how will you link to the basic ministry to make sure and ensure the life and the livelihood of every teachers in this country is being taken care of?
The minister will be coming to the office, will be coming to the National Assembly, and then the permanent secretary also will be coming to the National Assembly. So they are actually going to tell us where the problem lies, because teachers of the Gambia have suffered for long, you understand? I know how it feels to be a teacher, to be very honest with you. At times when you see them, you sympathize. You definitely feel for them. But not only the teachers, to be very honest with you, the police are encountering the same thing. The soldiers and the nurses are all encountering it. But to be very specific, teachers have suffered throughout. But what we are going to do is that we are going to definitely go over the budget and see the budget allocation and what are they doing. Are they absorbing the money upon themselves, like the ministry, whether they are the ministers and others, the people that are in the office are consuming everything, or it is reflecting down to teachers. But the teachers, if the Ministry of Basic and Secondary have the highest budget allocation, it's not surprising, because they have the highest number of the civil servants in their sector, more than anything. About 20 to 22,000 teachers in the country. You talk about the police, they are not up to that extent. Sure. Talk about the soldiers, they are not up to that extent. Talk about the nurses, they are not up to that. Teachers are all over, including Bolivana, Kisi, and all other places. You know those places. And they live in those places in horrible conditions, terrible conditions that we can't even imagine. That your son and my son will never want them to be there. The son of the minister will never allow his son or daughter to be posted to that area. Those are the conditions that teachers are living in, including the toilets.
A teacher does that and said, let me ask you, the loan allocation scheme said parliamentarians will want to have more loan than ordinary teachers. I don't know whether, I cannot confirm whether that law has been passed for parliamentarians to have more loan than teachers. But then he's asking about the monetary stuffs of teachers. That, I know it will not be under your domain, the GTU, CCU, and the like. But then he just wants to tell you, for you to help them to have loan allocation scheme that can sustain them, where they can build their houses and stuff like that, where it will ease them in their normal routines.
To be very honest with you, I am not a supporter of loans. To be very honest with you, because I believe that loan have ruined teachers through GTUCC. It have ruined teachers. So the loan allocation scheme, I don't know in what dimension did he want it, but people differ in opinion and in thinking. So I actually don't support loan. I believe in creating more allowance for teachers, wherein they can do their basic thing, and I believe like governments should think and come up with more incentive for teachers. Starting from the University of the Gambia, coming down to the Gambia College, even the lecturers, they are not well paid. To be very honest with you, you see a lecturer of the Gambia College riding a bicycle to come to the Gambia College to lecture. You see lecturers at the university struggling for their daily earning. So, and still you say you want to develop a country in the absence of education. It's sad.
You are the vice chairman of education.
And I will do whatever it takes.
A lot is expected from you.
And I will do whatever it takes to bring a smile to the face of the teachers.
We are putting eye on you.
Very well. The procedures are restricting us, to be very honest with you. The constitution is restricting and the standing orders are restricting. Because today we want to discuss about traffic jam. Okay. We can't. We want to discuss about the kind of teachers. We can't. We just have to wait for that time, for the procedures to allow us to discuss about it at the time. You understand? We want to discuss about inflation. We can't. Why are you not seeing parliamentarians sitting at the chambers talking about that? So we understand there are this procedure. So the West and their system have put measures and checkpoints to all development and the change that we yearn for, day in, day out. I received just something yesterday that the UK parliamentarians are coming to take us induction training on so and so things. I actually don't believe that is the way forward for Africa. I am definitely contrary to popular beliefs and views.
So I want us to do it our own way.
In our own way, in an African way.
Yeah.
What will take us to the they are developed and we are on the development. And you bringing them to tell us the system of governance that we should apply is so sad. And this I can't explain to Gambians for them to understand. Just, I will just leave it to that. But I'm not blaming them per se. It is because of the system of education that we went through. That the West want us to think in this way and we must think in that way. The West want us to do this and we must do it in that way.
Because the West are given a lot of loans and
Grants. There's come up with conditions, you understand? And this we must abide by. And then they must take us for induction training because they are taking us, they are giving us grants and they are giving us donations.
We'll be covering this line. So I don't know whether they will allow the media. So we need to tell the West that look, allow us to do things.
To do things on our own, in our own way.
Now
and then
you have your former party leader. Let me say a former, as the Speaker of the National Assembly and a prominent member of the APRC as the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. Former. How is your relation like?
Our relation is just a parliamentary relationship. And he being the Speaker, I being the member of the National Assembly. That is the relationship.
Will he in any way want you to vote for an agenda that he supports? Or will you want him to support an agenda that you support? Because in the end, at the National Assembly, all the debates will anchor on votes.
Yes.
Most of them.
Very.
Even you have the intentions or whatsoever to bring changes, if majority of the members did not subscribe to your idea, they can vote against you. And let's say, no to alliance, are you 5 or 4?
5.
You are 5.
Why are we using us?
No. You are 5.
Yeah.
So do you think you can bring any prominent change considering your number?
We can. It's just not a matter of no to coalition. You understand? It is a matter of national interest. You understand? It is a matter of those unemployed, those women, those children, those people that are in the street suffering. That is what matters here. Whatever comes to the parliament, we are going to look at it in this way. Is it to the interest of the nation? If it is in the interest of the nation, we will unanimously vote for it. My people, not a coalition. 100% will vote for it. And nobody will vote negative. You understand? All of us are going to support it. Anything that is in the interest of the nation, this we will wholeheartedly support. You see? So, but anything that is not in the interest of the nation, this, come what may, we will never support anything related to that. So, anything that comes to the National Assembly, it is in two folds. Is it in the interest of the nation, or it is in the interest of the party, or it is in the interest of their selfish interest? You understand? If it is their selfish interest, count us out. If it is their partisan interest, count us out. If it is in national interest, count us in.
Honorable, as the saying goes, when you are coming into parliament, when you are vying for any position, it's the people that put you there. But your upper term is yourself who will put yourself in that term. People have voted you to go to the National Assembly. Of course, I know you will have the intention to run for another term. That will be done by yourself. Are you ready for this?
I am not a loser in all the senses, my brother. And the people have confidence in me, and this I can't fail. And I am not a betrayer. I don't betray. You understand? The trust and confidence that people have in me will continue until the day I may say, I may want to live comfortable and say bye-bye. It's not the vote that is going to move me out. Inshallah, with the help of Allah. I firmly believe. I will live to expectation, not only for the people of Foni Bintang, but for the people of the nation too. And everybody will want me to come from your constituency.
Honorable, what is your final message for your constituency, of course, and the education sector, and the Gambia at large?
Tell my people, I am telling them that they have no reason to bend their heads. Tell the party, no to coalition, and my people, APRC, that we have no reason to beg for relationship or to beg for support. We have every reason to be proud of our legacy and to be proud of our performance, because we are the best when it comes to performance, and we have brought what no one will ever bring to this country. I thank them for voting me into office, and and I appreciate them. Teachers, your concern is my welfare. The nurses, your concern is my welfare. The soldiers, the security, and every sector, your welfare is my concern. Those farmers, your welfare is my concern. And I am telling them that they have a representative in the parliament. The fishermen, the women that are in the street, the youths, inform them that they have a representative in the parliament. And here I stand. Those that are not employed, they have a representative in the parliament, and I will represent their interests. I'm also going to try to the best of my ability to educate other parliamentarians or to enlighten them, for them to see the reality that it is the government that matters and how people have been suffering throughout, so they deserve better. Thank you.
You know, I'm getting this issue of EFF stuff in the nurses, the rejected masses. I mean, Julius Malema's philosophy. I hope you are a keen follower of Julius Malema.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.